Fred Barstein with 401k TV, where we just completed a TPSU program here outside of Baltimore at Loyola University. And I am pleased to have our adjunct lecturer, advisor, Chip Merrick, join us. Welcome, Chip.
Thank you, Fred.
Okay, if we ask you a few questions.
Absolutely.
So Chip has been a lecturer for TPSU in the Baltimore area now, and Richmond before. He's an industry veteran, a CKP, works for a risk management firm that's located from Philly to Richmond with headquarters in the Baltimore area, RCM Andy. Yep. The and is very important on that. And he and his colleague Rob Kotler run their retirement group, which is really one of the largest in the area and growing very, very quickly. So, Chip, one of the things that you brought up during the lecture and running the program, and thank you for your support in that, it's very important what we're doing, is talking about the value of doing a record keeper RFP. And if you could explain that and explain why it might be important to do that versus just doing benchmarking.
Absolutely. Thank you, Fred. Yeah, so what we do is, we always recommend benchmarking and the RFP, and they're two kind of different items, although a lot of people see them as the same. Benchmarking is great to do on an annual basis. We do it quarterly as part of our review process, and it really focuses on the fees you pay the investment management fee, the fees you pay the record keeper, and the fees you pay the consultant and the advisor if you have one. And it does it against your peers and kind of what the peer group's charging and so on and so forth. But we think every 3 to 5 years, really every 3 years, that an RFP should be done. And that really is a little bit more of an intensive process than just doing a fee benchmarking. We put the plan out for a live bid, and we really see what the record keeper, not just what they're charging, but what are the services you're getting for what they're charging. It's really one of the first things we do when we engage a client, a new client, is we do the RFP process. We are not looking to move the plan per se. I would say 90% of the time we don't move the plan.
Right.
We look at it more to make sure that the vendor that you're currently with is doing everything they're supposed to be doing, and that the fees are in line with what other vendors would be charging to do the similar size plan. So not necessarily what your peers are paying, but what vendors would be charging you kind of to do that plan.
And it also is a time to reassess, what needs and the company needs for their plan, right?
Yeah, exactly. And we've had, just recently with Wells Fargo and the PNCs getting out of the business or selling out of the business. When you get put with a vendor like that and you get put with a purchasing vendor, you don't have the opportunity to go in there and really give them a choice to if they want to look at another vendor. And we think that's really important nowadays, especially when all these acquisitions and really the vendor world's getting smaller, is a lot of times companies will just say, okay, well, we're going to this vendor because they just bought our vendor, and that may not be the best vendor for you. So that's another reason why we do that.
You're going to go through a conversion anyway, you might make it your choice.
Exactly. And it really is about negotiating fees and services. That's what it comes down to. Because I said we do not want to make a change if we don't have to, but sometimes change necessitates a change.
Very good. Well, thanks for your time today, and for our audience, all that knowledge and wisdom, and thanks for supporting and being part of our TPSU lecturers.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching 401k TV. Please stay tuned.